Hey guys, this is Collin and Katie for CardsChat.com, and first we want to say don't miss any of our exclusive content. Click on the blue CardsChat logo in the bottom right corner to subscribe, or the red subscribe button below the video. And Katie, today we have for our free CardsChat course, Become a Winning Poker Player in 30 Days, the fact that we love getting questions in the forums on it. So I thought we would take a look at a few very interesting ones that members have asked in the forums.
Yeah, that's great. And I really do love getting those questions. It's fun to look and see within the different days what is a topic that maybe we could address more and specific examples to look at. So let's take a look at the first one that we think we should talk about.
Definitely. And like you said, there's one for every single day of the course. Here we have one from day one. Celtics33 wants to know, talking about why you can play more suited hands than offsuit hands, why that's such a significant factor given that suitedness only adds about 3% to your hand.
And this is a good question. It also shows that Celtics wanted to do some math in order to answer this question. So you've always got to pay respect when it's a knowledgeable question, especially.
It definitely is. So I thought we would go to the CardsChat Poker Odds Calculator and start off by asking the question, is Celtics right? Does suitedness only add 3% to your hand?
It adds a beauty that far outweighs any percent.
Yeah, there is that aesthetic. So let's go ahead and we take a look. And I'm just going to select that one player has ace-10.
Offsuit.
Very good. And the other player will have 7-6. So 7-6 wins 37%. Now let's say we change this from 7-6 off to 7-6 suited. So by Celtics, what he's saying is that we should expect this to go up to about 40.5%.
Right. 40.46.
Yeah, I think I expressed that in about as confusing a way as possible, which is cool.
All right.
Okay, so it's actually in this instance, it's not always going to be the same. In this instance, we went up by about 4%.
And 3% is definitely within the realm, if you agree that there will be some that round to 3%.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So maybe a little bit more, but Celtics is definitely correct in his general idea that suitedness does not add a huge percent to equity. But I think a few things are important. One is that 3% is definitely significant. That's not bad. Like, would you sneeze at that?
Only if I had seasonal allergies.
Exactly. But the other thing is that suitedness is going to make a hand a lot more playable post-flop. Much more frequently, we're going to have a flush draw at the flop, backdoor draws, and it's going to allow us more profitable opportunities to stick in the hand.
And to make big hands as well when we do stick around in the hand.
Definitely. So great question there by Celtics. And next one here is by Tux. He wants to know if equity is independent from player style and what about fold equity? And answer there is that equity itself is independent. We saw, for example, in the CardsChat odds calculator that those equity numbers, those winning percent chance numbers, don't depend on your playing style, but fold equity does depend. The chance your opponent folds will go up if you are a rock compared to if you're a very loose player.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
So that's an excellent question from Tux, who has motored through this course and asked some amazing questions in it. And lastly, from NW Patriot, he wants to know what showdown value is. And, specifically, like, what constitutes showdown value?
It's a very good question. I feel like showdown value is often one of those terms that's really taken for granted. People just say, and maybe they don't know exactly what they're talking about. So I think it's very perceptive of NW Patriot to ask this. And it's a difficult question to answer in so much as that it varies so much versus other potential questions that we could be looking at here. So some of the time, showdown value is going to mean like ace high or a low pocket pair kind of a hand. But if the board is super wet or coordinated, then top pair might not even be a showdown value hand.
Yes, very well said, Kate. Totally depends on context. Jack high could have showdown value, whereas another context, top pair, just like you're saying, might not have showdown value. So that's why it's, absolutely depends. And
yeah, and along with that lines, we've seen other questions about showdown value too, and I think it's a really important topic. So feel free to post any specific hands you have about this in the showdown value thread in particular, and we can look at more examples for you guys if you'd like of hands that are showdown value.
Yes, thanks very much for watching. This has been Katie and Collin for CardsChat.com.